Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to another episode of Honey's Hunt. We are finally ready to dive back into our old WolfQuest adventures again to help prepare for the update that I know tons of you have been waiting for. In case you guys haven't heard, next week, on July 25th, we're slated to get our very first taste of WolfQuest 3. So I'm super excited for that, but I realized we actually have one more story here to finish. Honey has been waiting very patiently to finish her story with her new friend Falcon. We actually found Falcon in the last episode. He was from a very shy pack, but he has the same curiosity that Honey carries too. In case you're not familiar with Honey for that matter, she's seen quite a few things in her time. She's our second generation of wolves. She's the daughter of Bumble and Mousy, and she was one of the most easily distracted wolves in her litter. That helped her develop a very healthy sense of curiosity, and now she spends her time searching for relics across the world. She's already been to the Lost River, where she made a friend named Hatch, but unfortunately she did have to leave him behind. Ooh, and do we have a fox over here to hunt? This might actually be a good way for us to sharpen our skills, Falcon. It has been quite a while since we last chased after any prey. Granted, this is more like chasing an invader out of our territory, which we're also going to have to be ready for if we have pups. Looks like the fox is a little bit faster than we are, though, so we should probably leave it to its own thing. I was actually wondering if maybe we should go into the forest down here, because I'm pretty sure this is where we hunted down quite a few elk before. So again, just to kind of sharpen our skills, make sure we're ready to actually take on the adventure ahead. Let's see if we can take down another elk together. Oh, is this one of our kills over here? I think it might just be. This would be a good way for us to get our health up again, too. I do see that Honey is a little bit hungry. Are you okay, Falcon? It looks like your heart is nice and full, and you're certainly not interested in old meat. So hopefully we can find the elk around here, too. Any sign of their scent markers? It looks like the elk was here 3 minutes ago. So maybe if we follow it this way? Well, I certainly hear the hunting music now. Yeah, it looks like we're definitely going in the right direction. There they are. Oh, you can just barely see them hiding behind the trees. Looks like the male elk is right in the front as always. So we're going to want to sneak around to the back and maybe see if we can pick off one of the weaker elk as we go. Let's see which one of you guys are going to end up scattering. Oh, not those. They're really standing their ground. But the one in the background there, I think that's who we're going to go after, Falcon. Let's see if we can chase her away from the bull elk if possible. Oh no, she's going right around. Let's see, veer off this way. Maybe give her a nice good bite. There we go. Unfortunately, Honey isn't the strongest wolf around. She's actually a little bit weaker than your average wolf. She does have pretty good stamina, which she needs to travel around the world, of course. But that means it's a little bit tricky for her to take down elk on her own. That's another reason why Falcon is such an asset to her right now. But it looks like we're going to need a little bit more help. Let's have Honey rest. Oh, Falcon, did you get kicked by one of those hooves? You've got to be careful, big guy. We don't want you getting injured either. We still have so much left to discover together, so we have to make sure that you're nice and healthy. Let's veer off this way again. There we go, the final standoff. It looks like Falcon is actually distracting her very well too, so let's go ahead and finish her off. There we go, Falcon, dig right in. Luckily, Honey didn't lose too much energy from that, but I'm sure that Falcon needed some health restored. So I guess we might be ready, Falcon. We might actually be ready to dive into our next adventure, go to the Slough Creek to see if there's any other relics we can find, because we've pretty much exhausted all of our resources here. Falcon was hiding a few little treasures of his own, it turned out. Since his pack was so shy and reclusive, it seemed like they really want him to stay here. They didn't really support his curiosity at all, but then Honey came around and pretty much turned everything around for him. You could actually say that we're on the run from his pack right now, so maybe it's a good idea that we sneak on out of here while we still have the chance. I believe we have to go toward that star on the map. So that means we're going to want to go this way. Now, I can't remember for sure, but off where those trees are in the distance, wasn't that about where another wolf pack was? I want to say that it was the same wolf pack that Honey was very suspicious of. It reminded her of the same wolves who had stolen her sister away. Daisy's story, of course, that's what I always plan to pick up on for WolfQuest 3, so we'll learn more about her soon. But it looks like we're almost there. The star is getting pretty bright on the mini-map. So if we weave through all of these flowers... Oh my gosh, I wonder if Honey is actually going to take up the old nest. Those flowers looked very familiar to the ones they used to live by. I always kind of figured that Honey would be the most likely to go back to her old home just because of those flowers. As a pup, it seemed like she was always getting distracted by wide open fields of them, so it seems like something that she would probably appreciate. Aside from that, she's probably just excited to get to show Falcon her old home. She knows this place much, much better than he does. Now the seasons have changed, the dead of winter is upon us, so we know that Honey and Falcon have been together for quite a while. And I guess as they've explored the land together, finding all sorts of treasures along the way, they've grown close enough to actually want to seek out a place to call their own. So let's start our search for a den, Honey. We're going to be looking for these den icons on the map, so we can try to find the place that would be the safest to raise your babies. Now, when Bumble was exploring the world with Mousy, he actually chose the den up in the Aspen Heights. So we could go there first. It is a bit of a long trek, but that's where you called home before. I feel like she would probably want to just show it to Falcon for that reason. For that matter, I'm pretty sure there's actually a little secret there for us to discover too. A little gift from the wildlife, I guess, and one that I'm sure Honey remembers. So this right here, I'm pretty sure this is a sandbar crossing, right? This is the same area where we're going to be taking our pups as soon as they're old enough to go to the summer hunting grounds. So we probably want to get a good lay of the land first. Another thing that a lot of you guys mentioned the first time that I played WolfQuest was that it's probably a good idea for us to hunt down plenty of elk. Once we figure out the area where we do want to raise our pups, we'll chase all of the elk that we can over to that area. That way we'll have plenty of carcasses ready to feed our wolf pups, so we won't have to worry about going hunting when they're still alone at the den. I wonder if Honey is actually following her way back by memory. This is all a little bit familiar after all. In fact, way over in the distance, if we can just check our map real quick. Yeah, over here, the lone tree. I wonder if that's what we were seeing? I guess it would be a little bit more off to the right. Why don't we go ahead and cross right here, Falcon? It actually seems like it's pretty shallow water. Maybe not in the deep portions over here, but at least closer to the shore itself. It seems like a relatively safe place for us to bring our pups to splash around in the water or something. It looks like there might actually be some food up here too. I see those crows in the sky, so they're probably leading us straight toward the herd. I don't know, Falcon, do you want to go ahead and take down another elk? It probably couldn't hurt. We'll see if any of them are skittish. Oh, actually, it really doesn't seem like they are. Oh, I heard Falcon take a very, very big hit, so we're going to have to take this elk down pretty quickly. If we could actually veer her toward... Oh, is it snowing? Oh, Falcon. I don't think I remember seeing the snow before. Not when we were exploring this area with Bumble and Mousy. Oh, a snowy hunt. Well, it seems like it's actually causing this elk to slow down a little bit too. It seems like it's much harder for her to run through the snow. That being said, Honey is having no trouble whatsoever. We're usually not so far ahead of the elk like this. There we go. No trouble at all, Falcon. I guess this truly is our best time to hunt. No worry about the pups at the den. We literally just have the wide open world ahead of us. So let's see if we're still heading in the right direction. We're kind of right on the cusp of the hunting ground. And did we ever see that lone tree? Oh, I wonder if that's this thing over here? It is literally a lone tree sitting in the middle of all of the snow, so that has to be the place. Yeah, Honey actually remembers exploring this area with her family. This was where we took a quick rest when we were going to the summer hunting grounds. So she would probably use this as a landmark in the future too, once she takes her own babies to that fated place. Yeah, just for old time's sake, Falcon, I hope you don't mind humoring your mate here. She wants to see if she can recognize any of the scents around this place. If not her father and her mother, I wonder if she's hoping that she'll find the scents of her siblings. Of course, aside from Daisy, who they're still not sure if she's even still alive. There would be the brave-hearted Buzz and the much more timid Dandelion. I wonder whatever happened to those two. Like, surely they're off having grand adventures of their own somewhere. Buzz is probably trying to take down Moose all by himself, while I could see Dandelion just looking for love. I think he would make a pretty doting father, too. A doting father and a doting mate. So as long as he could get past his own shyness, he would make for a pretty big romantic. Now, right across this tiny little stream right here, I'm pretty sure that's the Aspen Heights straight in front of us. So this is the place that Honey remembers the most. And given the fact that she was always exploring the nooks and crannies, I'm sure she knows it better than anybody else in her litter. So, past the elk hunting ground here, we probably don't need to stop for another snack anytime soon. Let's see if we can figure out exactly where the den was hiding. I remember them being a little bit tricky for us to spot, but this one should be easier than the most just because of those flowers. Is the elk herd right in front of us? Oh, okay. Well, that's actually pretty good to know. We could chase them easily into the territory right here. This is probably one of the most secluded areas to raise our babies anyways. So, over the hills? Let's see, do you see any sign of those rocky caves? I'm not sure that we're actually inside the area where the den counts just yet, but I think it's just on the slope here, right? Let's see. It's very, very vague to me, but Honey must know. If we go around the corner here, where was your favorite place to look over the land? Falcon is probably very, very confused right now. Everything looks a little bit different when it's covered in snow, though, Honey, so I think you have an excuse. Wait a second. This over here? This big mound of rocks? Yes, just a pile of rocks to visit the Aspen Heights Den. So we're going to keep looking for now, but at least we managed to discover it. Yeah, but those little flowers are right at the inside. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. It looks like all of your hard work is paid off, Honey. I wonder if she actually took care of them when she was little. Maybe that's why she was so interested in the big flower fields outside of here. Oh, this has to be so nostalgic, though. She could probably lay here all day just remembering the shenanigans she got into with her siblings. They really had some good times here, despite the tragedy that eventually struck. It wasn't too far from this very spot where Daisy was stolen away. And we know that that strange wolf ran off somewhere in this direction, far past that snowy stretch, maybe straight into the trees themselves, because the wolf pack was so well hidden that Bumble and Mousy were never able to find her. So I guess that's one reason why Honey might not actually want to return here. Even though she remembers it so fondly, would she really want to put her pups in danger too? But aside from that, Falcon, I'm pretty sure that we have a secret around here to discover. There was a moose antler around here, right? I vaguely remember you guys telling me that there should be an achievement attached to that back when we were playing the first time. It was definitely near one of these trees. You just have to sniff around for it, Honey. I'm sure that Falcon would love to see it. Oh, is that it right there? Yes, last year's style. Find the moose antler in the Slough Creek. So this thing is still here after all this time, Falcon. I'd imagine that Honey probably played around with it when she was little, too. So she knows that not very many things have changed about this place. I'm sure that she would find some comfort in that, too. Comfort in the familiarity of it, and in knowing that there's always still a chance that Daisy might be around here somewhere. So now that you're getting a little bit hungrier, let's go ahead and take down another one of these elk. I guess we'll chase it out toward the middle this time, just in case we need an extra snack further away. We're going to be doing a lot of exploring after all. Go ahead and take a quick rest, and then we'll help Falcon chase the elk down. Yeah, she is definitely much, much slower in the snow. It was so much more difficult for us to keep up with her when she was in the forest before. She does hit us pretty hard, though. I wonder if it gives her a better opportunity to hit us with her hooves. Let's see if we can get her from behind. Just a few quick bites. Oh, she is very, very feisty. There we go, Falcon. We are really going to have to fill up on this one. 2 big bites, and I think Honey's ready to go. So let's go ahead and explore somewhere different this time. Now, the other 2 dens, if I remember correctly, they're a little bit closer to the places where other wolf packs call home. So it is, again, a little bit risky for us to be settling down somewhere so close to an enemy pack. That would probably have Honey very, very worried too. She would be terrified to lose her babies in the same way as her parents did. So let's start with the den that's toward the south first. Maybe we should also consider sniffing around a little bit, just to make sure that nothing nefarious is lurking nearby. Ooh, there's that strange blue smoke again. We actually saw that a while back. That blue pillar of smoke, I'm pretty sure was in the Lost River. We never got the chance to discover what it actually was, though. So this is pretty fitting, just like Honey to get herself distracted. You are literally going in the opposite way that we intended. Yeah, what is this? It says no scent? Oh, it's a moose carcass? Oh my gosh, has Buzz been around here after all? Actually taking down moose. It wasn't you, was it, Mr. Coyote? He was probably just coming by to pick up the remains, of course. Well, we might as well chase you away. Since we are going to be raising our kids here soon, we want to make sure that we don't have too many enemies to worry about. So we'll take care of the coyote as well. Alright, honey, so at least we know that those blue scents, apparently they mean that a moose is nearby. And a moose carcass is so unique that it deserves its own color. You know, if it's not Buzz who took it down, it could also be whatever wolf pack is in the south down here. I believe just across this gap, we might be able to see the wolf pack lurking soon. They always seem to be keeping a very, very good watch on their borders. It's kind of... oh! Okay! Oh my gosh, is that a little Arctic hare? Well, don't mind if I do. Honey, you haven't tasted rabbit in a very, very long time. It might not be much to eat, but it makes for a pretty good treat. But yeah, the fact that our hunting ground is so close to the enemy wolves as well, that has me a little bit concerned. And that tiny little stick in the distance. Is that a tree or is that something else? It's pretty much leading us straight toward the wolf pack too, so we're going to have to be very, very careful. I was thinking maybe it was actually the wolf pack circling the borders. They're always keeping a good eye on the place. Oh, I can see them charging down already. Yeah, so this is definitely their borders. They're circling, they're dancing. Are you trying to intimidate us? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's working pretty well. We're not gonna get too close. Really, Mr. Coyote? Can we chase you into the wolf pack? Oh no, he went right past us instead. Oh, I was wondering if maybe it would make for a good distraction. Alright, so this is the stick that I saw. Yeah, nothing too interesting. It looks like it's just another one of the tree stumps. So these are the wolves that we could potentially be living next to. We have to keep that in mind too. Right at the cusp of the Douglas fir slopes. These might be the most suspicious wolves when it comes to our sister's disappearance. So would she want to live around here just to get a better look at them? Like, it's kind of hard to tell, but I do see some very dark wolves in there, kind of like the dark wolf who stole Daisy. And then the wolf that just ran. She looks honey-colored just like our family. Do you think that could have been Daisy? I mean, I wonder if she would even recognize Honey. She was taken so long ago. There's always the chance that she might not remember her family at all. But Falcon, that's nothing that we can concern ourselves with right now. Let's just try to figure out where the den is on this side. So this is all unfamiliar territory to Honey. She wouldn't remember where the den is here because she definitely didn't live here before. But I think it might be under this tree over here. Yeah, this looks pretty suspicious. There's the den. Alright. So that should be another achievement, even though it didn't exactly pop up. It seems to be under the fir tree. Honestly, I kind of like the look of the den. Yeah, there we go, under the fir tree. If it wasn't so dangerous, this might be one of my favorite picks. And it kind of fits for Falcon's theme too. A nice big tree for a bird of prey to roost in. I guess we could probably get a pretty good lay of the land from this area as well. If we go all the way up here, assuming that the enemy wolves won't notice us from this location, we can pretty much see any dangers that are coming, despite all of the trees in our path. So that leaves us with only one more wolf den to go investigate. We'll have to go all the way over to the other side of the map. But let's keep our eyes open for any secrets as we go. Okay, this over here, I'm pretty sure that this is actually the sandbar crossing, isn't it? Yeah, I think I had things a little bit mixed up before. We were somewhere over here when we were in the river. So this over here, the sandbar crossing, is where Honey remembers swimming with her parents. And it's probably where she remembers the menacing growls of the wolf pack as well. The terrain is definitely a little bit different from what it looks like in the springtime, or in the summertime even. so we're probably not going to be able to gauge it very well right now. Alright, so I think the last den is over toward the hill straight in front of us. But I wonder if maybe we should take a quick break over here. It seems like a pretty good area for us to get a good lay of the land again, so just to see what we're dealing with. Oh, and a little bit of lunch? Ooh, I wonder who caught this. Do you think maybe we have some mountain lions around here? It's a little bit too far away for me to think that it would have been the wolf pack. And this looks like some pretty good terrain for a mountain lion for sure. Let's make sure that we watch our backs, Falcon. Ooh, Falcon! Hang on a second, do you see what I see? Oh, right in the middle of the snow, that looks like one big giant wheel. Is that a wagon wheel or something? Let's get a little bit closer to investigate. Find the wagon wheel in Slough Creek. This is for some seriously big wagon, though. It looks pretty run down too, so I guess it's been here for a while. At least we know that the humans aren't, like, living right here or something. As far as Honey knows, the humans are just kind of a myth to her right now. She's seen a lot of remnants and relics of the past, but she hasn't seen anything more concrete. Nothing to suggest that they might actually still be alive out there somewhere. Just little pieces that they've left behind in their passing. I think that's probably why Honey is so interested in them too. She hasn't felt the danger that they can pose. Anything up the side of the cliff here? Just a quick little sweep? No lost boots or anything? Now that's one thing that Honey always has her eyes out for. It seems like boots are very easy for the humans to lose. I can just see her like hoarding all of these boots inside her den. Like the boots are actually going to be some sort of toy for her pups to play with or something. And she's going to have one serious collection of boots once this is done. Alright, Falcon, so I think we just have to cross the water over here again? Ooh, this is actually a nice shallow area for us to cross too. Interesting. Very, very close to wherever this den is hiding. There's another one of the elk herds. Maybe we could actually chase one of the elk across the stream? I always have trouble guiding these elk in the right direction, unfortunately, but maybe we can get lucky this time. They've probably noticed us by now. We are running pretty close. So who's going to be the skittish one to run off? There we go. Let's veer them this way if we can. Excellent, Honey. Keep this one over here because this is the side where the den should be. So straight up into the hills. There we go. Keep going this way. Give her a few good bites. We are actually sending her out of the snow, but it doesn't seem to be helping her too much. Yeah, this is a pretty easy way for us to take her down. Oh my gosh, I almost feel bad. Go ahead and take a quick rest. You can keep going though, Falcon. We just need to get our energy back. Yeah, the den is super, super close now, and it looks like Falcon is actually setting up our final stand. Come on, Honey, you better help him quickly. The poor guy is losing health fast. There we go. Quick snack while we search for the den. So the other one was beneath the fir tree. The very first one we found was in the middle of all those rocks. Let's see what's going to set this den apart from the rest. I wonder if it's going to be up high up here? Let's see. Anything look suspicious? Actually, this den is very, very well hidden. We're on the other side of the cliffs now. It's gotta be around here somewhere. I guess if we want a place that's really tucked away, this one might be the one for us to choose. It kind of seems like this would be more beneficial for Dandelion's family, though, since he is much more timid than Honey. Oh, there's another meal over here? Well, let's make sure the coyotes aren't sticking around then. I think we chased that one off. Alright, so something else is definitely hunting in this area too, not just us. Can we smell anything lurking by? The coyote that ran off, but no enemy wolves. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I just saw another one of those moose too. Yeah, it looks like there's a moose carcass way off in the distance. So somebody has one serious love for moose meat around here. Oh my gosh. There it is! Oh my goodness, that took forever. Okay, keep looking under the broken tree. So that's how we can tell exactly where it is. Now we've visited all of the different den sites, so we just have our decision to make now. Yeah, this area over here, I'm kind of thinking that this one is a little bit too well hidden for Honey. Granted, we still have to go meet the neighbors, but I'm not sure if this one would be the one that she would choose, the one over by the Saddle Meadows. Aspen Heights has good memories, but some very, very bad ones too. And then the one down here by the sandbar crossing? I don't know, like, I'm starting to think that this one might be her top choice. It would give her the chance to potentially learn a little bit more about where her sister could be. And it's also pretty close to the place where she found her relic. She could roll that wagon wheel straight back to the den if she wanted to. So let me know which den you guys think she should choose. Which one would be the most suited to Honey's story. In the next episode, we'll head on back and see if we can lay claim to it. And of course, we'll see if we can find the rest of the achievements in this world too. I'm pretty sure we can still continue to search for them even after we have our pups. But of course, it's going to be easier when we don't have tiny mouths to feed. And speaking of which, let me know if you guys have any ideas for potential pup names that we could use too. Flower names are always a great theme for this family, as well as birds since Falcon's involved now. But I'm sure that Honey would probably have some quirky names of her own, like maybe even after various relics that she's found. She could name a baby Boots, I guess, to go after her big collection of shoes. I don't know, let me know if you guys have any better ideas. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!